standing on what was one of the first Superfund sites in the United States. What is now a solar farm was once filled with brightly colored waters from toxic dye and chemicals buried underground. The final phase of restoring this land gets underway this spring, but it also comes with a warning: never forget. The vibrant colors of this memorial's panels reflect an artist's view of contaminated waters and a deadly history.
I think it means a lot to people that lived through the contamination period and who lost loved ones to the cancer cluster.
A cluster that may never have been discovered if it wasn't for one young man.
I'm Kevin's mother. Everybody loved Kevin. He was just that kind of young man.
Marie Kane remembering her son Kevin, who died of an extremely rare cancer called angiosarcoma of the lung just before his 26th birthday in August of 1998.
He was convinced very early on that Nyanza was the cause of his illness.
The Nyanza company manufactured textile dyes in Ashland, dumping toxic chemicals right next to the high school in the 1960s and 70s. Hundreds of barrels of hazardous waste buried, chemicals turning water unnaturally bright. Named one of Massachusetts' first Superfund sites in 1982, children played on the site for years.
The water was only knee-deep, so he fell to his knees one time in it, and his clothing was all the different colors.
Several of Kevin's friends had also been diagnosed with rare cancers. He was determined to get answers.
One day, we get a call from a young man named Kevin Kane.
He got through to then Associate Commissioner at the Massachusetts Department of Public Health, Suzanne Condon.
And when he then informed us that there were 4 others in his class that had the same diagnosis, I thought, oh my goodness, this is incredibly rare.
Suzanne launched an investigation in 1998, which included town meetings that Kevin Kane attended.
I think they have all the information, and I think a lot of the people in this room tonight can validate that information to the next level.
It took nearly 8 years for the state to determine people who played on the Nyanza site during their childhood had a 2 to 3 times greater risk of developing a rare cancer.
It was the water contact that made the biggest difference. So swimming in those lagoons, being in wetlands areas themselves, direct exposure.
Decades later, cleanup continues. The EPA is investing an additional $20 million in what they're calling the final phase of cleanup. The state has continued to monitor the cancer rates in the area and says they no longer see unusual cancer rates in Ashland.
Could a contamination like this happen again today?
Well, I think so, yeah.
Suzanne points to the Wilmington childhood cancer study released just in 2021 that found contamination from this Superfund site created a pattern of cancer in children in the 90s and early 2000s.
I think it's important to be vigilant. If you see something, ask questions.
She says that means the state proactively looking at cancer data, pediatricians reporting anything unusual, and people asking questions like Kevin and Marie Kane, not giving up until they got answers.
Be diligent in your efforts to find out what's wrong.
The first phase of this final cleanup, which involves new technology, is expected to take up to 2 years. In Ashland, Karen Anderson, 5 Investigates.